March 18th, Mike Tyson Razor Ruddock dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Boxtalk. Andre Ward.
Who?
You doing this?
Oh, who are you talking about?
Every time you do this, like you got a beef with a fighter, you do this forgotten memory stuff.
I remember this. I remember a name of a guy that was pound for pound. Sorry, remind me.
Andre Ward, former pound for pound number 2.
Oh.
Some people had him as high as number 1 and were flipping like he's the man.
I remember you talking about now. Sorry. The one that was on the missing carton, milk carton.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Andre Ward, the guy that wild champ at 168, challenged the undisputed lightweight champion Chad Dawson and beat the crap out of him.
After telling him to come down.
A guy that won the Super 6.
You know what's funny about that fight? Sorry to interrupt you, that was a good little flow you was in there. The fact Chad Dawson can't even make light heavy right now. Can't make it. No. Walks around at 230.
Yeah.
And this guy asked him to come down to 168.
Yeah.
Think about that, people, for a second. Go on, sorry.
Beat Carl Froch.
Yes, he did.
Won the Super 6. Beat up Mikkel Kessler.
Yes, he did again.
All fighters that are well respected, world champions, multiple world champions.
For Abraham.
You can't criticise.
Yeah.
Went through a terrible promotional aspect with the late great Dan Goosen.
Yeah.
Now he's back. New contract.
Ish.
Rock Nation.
Yes.
First fight in 18 months. Yeah. He's back versus Paul Smith.
Yes.
This fight's got a lot of stick.
Yes.
A lot of controversy.
Yes.
But I agree with this fight.
Let's
go.
You know I don't, Rayson. You know I don't.
Let's go.
Look, a couple of reasons why I don't agree with it. First of all, look, after all what Ryan just said there, former pound for pound number 1 in theory in terms of how good he was. Mayweather was probably clear, but you can make an argument for it. You could make an argument after the Super 6 and the fights after that. You can make an argument for it. And the way he dismantled Carl Froch.
The point I mentioned is that Mayweather is held in such a high regard. For someone to actually consider having number 1, it shows the momentum he was on. That's the point I'm making.
Former pound for pound number 2 rubber stamp. Has slipped out of it for me. Forget it now. Not in the top 10 purely because of inactivity. I'm not one of those people that give you it because you're supposed to be there. Inactivity, you're not fighting, you're out of it. 100%. That's why when I asked Ryan who's the best super middleweight in the world, Ryan says Carl Froch, just because of inactivity. I get that. This fight's at 173 pounds. So you're closer to the light heavyweight division than you are to your own division. I don't like that. And the reason I don't like that is, to me, that weight's uncomfortable for Paul Smith, really. I've always said to you on previous things, I think Paul Smith, should be fighting at middleweight.
Yeah.
Because he never looks, look, not everyone should be body beautiful. Yeah. But when I see him on the scales at 160, I think look that's a guy that could lose a bit more.
He's carrying a little something.
Yeah, it might really hurt him, but that's a guy that could use a bit more.
Yeah.
So I think you're fighting a guy that's not had a win against a marquee opponent of any sort. I'm trying to think of Paul Smith's biggest win. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then you're asking that guy to fight out of his, I wouldn't say comfort zone, because look, any boxer, if you tell him to make, you don't have to lose all your pounds. They don't have to
fight an elite level fighter.
To find an elite level fighter. No disrespect to Paul Smith. I understand what you're saying, it's about a good fight, but I still wanted a fighter at least on a win.
Okay.
A fighter that's had a win, not a fighter that's come off a loss. And if you say, for example, he came off the first Abraham fight, competitive fight, could have gone either way, I get that. You've come off an Abraham fight where I think you lost convincingly against, I think, a faded Abraham. I'm not happy with this fight.
Defend Ade for a second before Paul Smith fans get on Ade. Ade is a Paul Smith fan.
Oh, big time.
If ever knows
since the contender days, you watch the videos, guys. You know
Ade's a Paul Smith fan. So I understand. Just let me say.
Got to tell it how it is.
Here's the flip side to that coin.
How big is this flip?
No, it's not a big flip.
Okay.
As much as we both stated how good Andre Ward is, you stated as well that he's no longer pound for pound. He's no longer the best in the division because he's been so inactive. And his last fight against Edwin Rodriguez was not I don't think it was a great performance. Okay. I just thought it was just
so.
Yeah, so. I didn't really rate the performance, and that was because obviously he didn't fight before that for another year or 18 months before the Chad Dawson fight.
Yes.
So there was all these signs of slippage. Okay. In my opinion, when he fought Edwin Rodriguez, add on another 18 months. Yeah. Add on rumours of him walking around 200 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walking around 200 pounds. Add in the fact that Paul Smith is, as it stands right now, regardless if he's winning or losing, he's fighting right now at the highest level he's actually fought at in his career. I.e., he's fought Abrahams twice, who's a top 10 and a world title holder. Yeah. it gives it some balance into saying this one. I'm fighting a guy who's not a no name.
Yeah.
He's got international flavour.
Yes.
It's good up to Abrams to fight him twice.
Yes.
He's a champion, Abrams. I'm a champion. The difference is, Abrams is taking this as a voluntary world title type of shot. I'm taking this as a warm up.
Good point. You know, and I'm not gonna argue that point with regards to weight. And yeah, you kind of. I think we're like that together. So we met in the middle somewhere. Look, for Andre Ward, he must look at it now and think it's a new beginning. Not only because he's joined Rock Nation, but 6 months ago, in fact, forget that. 3 months ago, the super middleweight division was stale. Yeah, there was no one to fight. You chuck in the fact now the girls won. Good fight that is, and you chuck in the fact Badu Jack's won and George Groves. There's more competitors out there, young, hungry guys. Now I see fights. Look, before I was saying, look, Andre Ward, you have to fight GGG. You have to move up and fight Kovalev, Stevenson. You don't now. The girl fights out there. Badu Jack fights out. I think Darrell will fight him now. Both Darrells. So finally, there's fights and good fights.
In today's terms of boxing, ring rust is a very, very important thing. And the reason I say in today's terms, we're talking about 20, 30 years ago when people were fighting every couple months.
6 times a year, 7 times a year, easy.
If they didn't fight for a month or two, it was okay. But when you have such large spaces in between fights, like, I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember how long it was between Carl Froch and Chad Dawson fight.
Chad Dawson fight must have been 8-9 months.
Again, so you're talking about a world-class athlete that's only performed at the highest levels 3 times in 4 years. If that was any other sport in the world, you wouldn't even be a top 10 player no more. If that was football, if that was golf, think of any sport you like. If it was basketball, no athlete will keep the same standing or ranking or the skill set with that type of layoff. 4 matches.
Sparring's nothing.
4 matches in three matches in 4 years. It doesn't count. That's why I think like it's important for this fight here. Whereas as much as people say it's an easy fight for him, I don't think it is. You have to go through that mill.
I wonder if we're to blame, and I mean, not we, I mean us as in boxing fans, because look, you look at all the greats, I mean, we've looked at all their records. You go back and look at Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, Hopkins, anyone. You don't fight marquee name after marquee name after. You can chuck in if you like a warm-up, a tune-up. I don't know if we're to blame where we see a matchmaking, well, that's rubbish. Why are they fighting him for? Why aren't they fighting marquee? No one in the history of boxing fights legit name after legit name. I think we now, as boxing fans, maybe it's because of social media, we just seem to want these marquee names to fight legends all the time. It doesn't happen.
The reason why we want bigger fights all the time is because the marquee fighters, the reason why we want bigger fights is because the marquee fighters don't fight often enough. That's why, because they don't fight often enough, you want to see them in competitive fights or the top fights all the time. Let's go to Paul Smith.
Okay.
Paul Smith, to me, has done the right thing.
100%.
Again, you mentioned the contender earlier on. I think it was Pepe Carrera in the contender. Said that Paul Smith and Buddy McGirt. Said Paul Smith should be a world champion. He had the type of skill. He has the skill, he has the potential, he has all the sorts of things to go for it. That never really played in progression for him.
Was it middleweight then?
Yeah, it was a middleweight.
Must have been in it. Okay.
And I think that, in my opinion, he was unlucky that at the same time he was coming up were 2 elite level fighters. One an Olympian and one who beat the Olympian. I'm talking Groves and DeGale. Both who got world titles, both who fought for world titles now, and he had to go through those guys. He's now getting kind of like a late career resurgence. He's got the 2 shots with Abrams.
Didn't embarrass himself.
No, exactly.
Nearly won one.
Was offered a lucrative fight with a pound for pound, well, former pound for pound player on a US international coverage. He can't say no. He's a fighter. This is going to put something in his pocket. I guarantee what he's made in the last 3 fights, i.e. the Abraham fight and this fight, must be more than his entire career as a whole.
It's a weird situation with Paul Smith, because I think after the Abraham fight we were talking, and I think where does Paul Smith go? Some were talking possibly retirement, some were talking European level, which he obviously doesn't want to go. Look, his brother's fighting Rebrese, so he doesn't want to go to that level where his brother is. He always wants to be a step ahead. The scary thing for me is, look, if we see 60 to 70% of the Andre Ward that we think is still a pound for pound player, I don't want it to not get embarrassing, but people have said, look, it's a win-win. It's not a win-win. You go over there and you get embarrassed, it's kind of like, oh, you're not at that level. He wants to still be in that mix. Obviously he still wants to fight, because look, he's going to fight Andre Ward. What I don't want is a case of it's a complete shutout and he gets embarrassed. Look, Carl Froch got embarrassed. And I don't want it to be the same thing for Paul Smith, because then if he does, you ask, where does he go? How much extra does the extra? How much extra does the extra £5 make in this fight? In terms of, like you said, that strength, that bullying tactic. We've already said that Paul Smith looks okay at 168. At 173, I mean, you're talking Andre Ward probably coming into the ring at 180, 185, 190.
If I were Paul Smith, I'd come in about 170
and stay lean and move.
Stay there. Yeah, stay. I wouldn't come in at 173. What's the point?
Yeah. Keep
Keep my athleticism. Hopefully things that the extra weight will affect Ward more than it will affect him.
All right. If Ward does win, and we'll talk about predictions in a minute, I'm guessing we're both going to go for the Ward win.
Yeah.
Does he have another tune-up, or are we talking a big-ish fight with someone around the top 10 in what, 3-4 months? He needs activity.
Another tune-up. I read somewhere that Water needs 2 fights. I think I read it in Dougie's mailbag that he said that Water needs 2 fights to get back to where he wants to be, and I think one warm-up fight's good enough. I don't think he should have another warm-up fight.
I guess it depends how this goes, doesn't it?
If he does have a warm-up fight, I think he should be fighting a warm-up fight at 168 and defend his title against a lower top 10 person.
Like an Anthony Durrell, is that too much, too soon? Anthony Durrell's around the 8 mark, I think.
Yeah, Anthony Durrell will be alright.
Right, go on.
I'll accept that.
How does it play out? Predictions?
My prediction is going to be Andre Ward by mid-round ref stoppage.
Ref stoppage, yeah. Paul Smith won't quit at all.
Paul Smith won't quit. Andre Ward is not really a puncher. The mauling, the bullying, the overall strength, the extra size, I think the ref will stop it. Yeah. More than bullying in the corner type of stoppage. Yeah,
I'm seeing that as well. Mid to late. I think with Andre Ward, unlike any other fight, we're not going to see him step on the gas. He wants rounds.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully, like he's going to play around with Paul Smith, but I don't think you're going to see a guy that's going to try and blow someone out and knock him out with one punch. Yeah. That's not Andre Ward's kind of game. And he needs the rounds. Like I say, he's been out the ring 18 months, and I still can't fathom that, by the way. 18 months out the ring. So he wants rounds. The guess, I think, like Ryan said, the thing is, who's next for Andre Ward? The super middleweight division's now got interesting. Badu Jack. The girl is the one that's made it really interesting. Yeah. Froch, forget him. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to fight super middleweight. Well, he probably will, but ain't any of these guys. Badu Jack's there. George Groves is there. And there's others coming up. So it's now interesting. How old's Andre Ward? Why do I think he's like 32?
It must be around 30 now.
Yeah. Will there ever be a Golovkin-Ward fight?
No.
You don't think ever?
No. I think by the time that happens, Ward will be at 175.
Yeah.
And I think he sees Kovalev as an easier target than GGG.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just a style thing. It's not GGG would be hard to smother with.
No one can smother with.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Kovalev
will want to smother with you. Let's have it then. Kovalev will say, show me your style, I'll fight your style.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. I think stylistically it's an easier fight for Andre Ward to do something with.
It's weird how much Ward's falling back to the point where right now I think Kovalev would, I don't want to say it, but do you know what I mean? That's so much. I mean, a year ago I would have said, Ward's too skillful. Kovalev I think is just a machine.
Kovalev is an animal, and I think that
I've seen Ward against. I've seen a peak Ward against Beaker.
Yeah.
And we watch that fight, guys. Yeah. And Beaker's like Kovalev on steroids. You know what I mean?
Ward didn't like that fight one bit.
Interesting. All right, guys. What do you think? So Ward, Smith. I mean, does Smith stand a chance? We've kind of said, okay, it will be a late round start, but you know Smith. He'll go in there. He'll do his best. He'll fight. He's active, and he's not just a brawler. He's got skills as well. But we're talking Andre Ward here. We're talking former pound for pound number 2 on his way back. First fight on Rock Nation. Wants to impress. The girls out there, everyone's out there now. Tell us what you think. Leave your comments below. Subscribe, tweet, Instagram, all the usual. Thanks for watching Box.